Hello everybody and welcome to my first ever ranking video where I will do a ranking of some sort. And today's video will be what y'all voted for in my polls, which was one thing I like and dislike about every Rolling Sky level. Today, I'll be doing the Cheetah mobile levels. We'll see how long it takes to get freedom, so I don't know if I'm going to split them in years at a time, a couple years at a time, or if I'm just going to do the whole Cheetah mobile area. It just depends on how long it takes. But however, how this series will work is that for each level, even the ones I hate, I'll have to think of one thing I like and one thing I dislike. And it'll be, I can only pick one thing, and it'll be the thing I like the most, and the thing I'll be that I dislike the most. So anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the first level in the game, Massive. No, not Sweet Paradise. Okay, the thing I like the most about Massive is how it introduces the game. It introduces you to all the iconic themes, like the forest theme, the illusion theme, the sky theme, and this theme. And it introduces the objects really well. And the gyms, it starts out basic, but then gets a little bit more complicated. And each section you're getting introduced to new objects. And I really like that. The thing I dislike the most, I'm going to say, is how outdated this level is. It's really easy and outdated. And for today's standards, it wouldn't be good at all. But because it was the first level in the game, I think it's good. The thing I like the most about Sky is how it feels like it's a continuation of how it introduces things. This introduces the desert and the volcano theme, and I do really like that. We never got to see those until this level, and I'm really glad that Massive didn't just introduce it all, because I feel like that made this level feel like it has a little bit more of a purpose. But however, the thing I dislike the most about this level is how this level is, how outdated this level is. That's an easy thing. This level is so outdated. I really think this level it's very boring, it's very forgettable, it's so outdated. And that's the thing I dislike the most about it. Wow. Okay, Forest. Okay, Forest v1. The thing I like the most about Forest v1 is how it really does that forest vibe. I'm going to specifically say how, the 60% part, how it goes into forest theme, and then it transitions into the volcano theme, so it's like the forest is being burned down, and I do really like that. The thing I dislike the most? This is a hard one. I mean, it could have been a little bit, I don't know what the purpose of the illusion and, Sky theme were, but I'm fine with them, I guess. I really don't know. I'm not going to say that it's because this level got removed. I could have said that, but I'm not going to say it. The thing I like the most about Desert is that the Orange Desert theme. Hands down. The Orange Desert theme is really good. It's a shame this theme isn't the Orange Desert theme, because the Orange Desert theme is the only good theme out of the two in this level. It actually feels like a desert. It has the mountains, it has palm trees, it actually fits the vibe of a desert very well. Now, the thing I dislike the most about this level is very forgettable. It's arguably the most forgotten 2016 level. Maybe even the most forgotten level in the game, arguably. I don't personally think so, but it is up there for one of the most forgotten levels in the whole game. Whoa, not 5-star. Okay, the thing I like the most about Volcano is the theme. I didn't think the orange theme looks really nice. The thing I dislike the most about Volcano is that it feels like the router just didn't know what to do. Same with the soundtrack composer. Because, the soundtrack composer, literally, this level, song is so repetitive that the soundtrack composer literally restarted this soundtrack. That just shows how much he's even to be I don't know what to do. And it's literally the same thing throughout the entire song. And the routes, too, it feels like they don't know what to do. There's a long stretches of nothing. It spams a bunch of things at random places. And, it's repetitive. So, yeah. That's Volcano, and it's my least favorite 2016 level. The thing I like the most about City is the filter theme usage. I think this level is some of the best usage of filter themes in the game. It actually feels like a city, and it does it perfectly. I think this level really, like, in some levels filter themes are useless, but this level actually makes it feel like it has a purpose. The thing I dislike the most about City, I don't know why the illusion theme is in here. I feel like the illusion theme is kind of pointless. I mean, the palm trees can be in certain cities, but I still... Oh yeah, it's just weird that palm trees are using the illusion theme. Like, that's just weird. Alright. Right after this, Ski Tech. The thing I like the most about this level is that this level has a really good set of high-tech obstacles. It has the lasers, it has radio towers, it has shutters, and I do really and it's spotlights too. And all of it fits very well with the high-tech theme. Also, it has city towers during the green filter theme. So yeah, this level really is a great basic example of high-tech. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it set the trend for a bunch of stupid high-tech levels. Like, well, not all of them are stupid, but there's one in particular that I think is really stupid. Look at you, VFN. I have a lot to say about Virtual Futuristic Network. That won't be in this video, that'll be in the next video. Tetris. The thing I like the most about Tetris is how it manages to perfectly mirror Tetris. Like, the blocks just, with how they just disappear and have pathways to go through, it embodies Tetris so well. And they look exactly like Tetris. And I love that. The thing I dislike the most. This is kind of a hard one. I guess it's that, Ooh. I don't know. Let me think about this one for a minute. Okay, the thing I dislike most about this level is that I feel like the mover thing, like the tiles can be confusing, but that's really not that big of a deal. I really don't know. This is a really hard one. This is an all-around great level. The thing I like the most about E-Labyrinth is... Oh, I have a lot of things I like about it. I say the snake obstacles. The snake obstacles are so cool. Like how they formulate, make things, how you weaved around them in an obstacle coursey way. It is so cool, and it was a genius invention. The thing I dislike most about this level is that they got rid of the purple theme in the second part, but I don't know if I really actually dislike that much, because I do kind of like that there's two purple themes, but I love the first purple theme so much more than the second. And I feel like the second one just looks a lot weaker purple, but I still like it. The thing I like the most about Castle in the Sky is how it perfectly embodies heaven and hell. Like, the castle theme is heaven. Like, you see this brightness, the bright blue sky, the objects imply heaven. Like, those little things in the background, they imply heaven. Like, and I love that. And the volcano theme, like, when it's used, it implies hell. With, like, the towers crumbling down, the darkness of it, the blocks, the dark music. It's just perfectly done. And I love it. The thing I dislike the most, oh, I know, that the filter theme got removed. We need to bring that filter theme back. Like, it was so unnecessary for them to remove it. And because they removed it, that means there's red gems, and where it's supposed to be the filter theme, and now there's red gems in this theme, and that's just weird. The thing I like the most about Halloween is the objects. I love the objects. I think they perfectly resemble what Halloween is. There's pumpkins with glowing eyes, there's skeletons, there's gates that open, there's ghosts, there's many forms of skeletons. There's like skeletons that just dance, and there's skeletons that swing across the air. I love those objects. Like, they are all so cool. And there's trees. Like, there's these evil-looking trees. I think this level embodies Halloween perfectly. The thing I dislike the most is that the route can get repetitive. It is a pretty iconic route, but it really does start to get repetitive. The thing I like the most about Ghost Dance is the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. I think it's amazing. Well, it's not like amazing, but it's a pretty great soundtrack. I'm just talking loudly because otherwise it'll copyright me, and I'm trying to see if, like... The thing I dislike about this level, though, is that it is so boring. Like, this level is just so boring. Like, it is incredibly boring. The thing I like the most about Deep Space is the route. I think the route is really fun. Like, I do really like the routes. Like, it's really fun to just go between the UFOs, to dodge them. It's just a lot of fun. The thing I dislike the most, the blue theme isn't that great, but I still like it. Like, I don't really like it. I like the green theme much more. Also, this is another one where I have the music cut out due to copyright issues. The thing I like the most about Illusion is that Illusion, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing. Like, I really like the soundtrack. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's very boring like a lot of 1-stars. The thing I like the most about Christmas are the 2D objects. Like, you see those? Those just look so cool. The way they appear. The way they just... It's like a card. Like, it's like it's telling a story. And I love that. Like, it has the Christmas cards with the Santa, the gingerbread man. It has the, like, trees appear. It has the reindeer. It has the elves. I love the 2D objects. And then how that translates to 3D. Like, the mix between 2D and 3D objects are amazing. The thing I dislike the most about Christmas... That Jingle Bells remix set the stage for a horrible 2018 Jingle Bells remix. And there you go. The thing I like the most about Monody is that Monody is a really good introduction to crowns. Like, the first two are like gems. They're really easy. But the third one is a little bit more challenging, and that sets the stage for, like, harder third crowns, and it lets you know that crowns can be challenging sometimes. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that this level can just feel kind of boring in a way. I do wish this level were harder. Monty B does fix that. I'll talk about that one later. Not in this video, but in that one's video. But yeah. The thing I like the most about Kung Fu is, like... I guess that I do still like the objects and how they resemble Kung Fu. Like the dragon lasers, the pandas, the swinging things, like those swing around, and the slashers. Like, I think they all resemble like that when you're in the room practicing the Kung Fu with the dragon warrior. I think that's really cool. Now, the thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's so dang boring. Like, this is such a boring level. Like, and I never come back to it for that reason. Like, it sure, like, resembles the Kung Fu movie, but when it's boring, does it really matter? Martial World just does much better. Alright, this is another one I have, like, muted because I think Tobu Candyland is copyright, so I have this muted. The thing I like the most about Candy is, the soundtrack, for sure. Hands down the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is really good. I do really like the soundtrack. Like, yeah, both this and Sweet Paradise have really good soundtracks. BTU, I do not consider this a bonus level. This is a main level. Yeah, genuinely, I do not care if any of y'all say this is a bonus level. This is a main level. This is for sure a main level. The thing I dislike the most about this level is the mystery box routes are really bad. Like, they're not, like... I mean, I'm gonna say they're boring. They're not bad, they're boring. Like, they're really basic. Like, that you just, like... It's like, you go off to the left, you, like, jump around the trees. Like, it's very simple and basic. And the easy way route isn't entertaining either. You just left, right, left. Like, and it is just so basic. And I do not like the way this level... This is not a good introduction to mystery boxes. It really is not. This level does not do good of it. But there's another level, very soon, that is a good introduction to mystery boxes. Yeah, once again, this one's muted for copyright reasons, because this is an F777 set. This is my first video. I don't want to have any sort of risks with it. But the thing I like the most about 1-Up is that, like, I really like... Okay, oh, there's a lot of things I like. I don't know why my brain is not working. The thing I like about it is the soundtrack. It is a banger soundtrack. I love this soundtrack so much. It is so good. Like, it's just such a banger. It is the best 2017 soundtrack. One of the best Cheetah mobile soundtracks. I love this level soundtrack so much. The thing I dislike the most about this level Okay, this is a really tough one, actually. I don't know. I guess the number thing can be a little bit confusing to learn, but I really don't mind the number thing. I actually really like it. I just really can't think of something. 8 bits. The thing I like the most about 8 bits is that it still shares the same great textures and objects as 1-Up. Like 1-Up, I love the themes of 1-Up and the objects in 1-Up, and this level has the same thing. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is that this level, has really unbalanced mystery boxes. Like, some are way too easy, and some are way too challenging. Like, particularly the 10th one. I hate the 10th mystery box. That one is god-awful. And I think a couple other ones at the end are pretty awful, too. But the thing I like the most about Cube is, the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. This level has an amazing soundtrack. The thing I dislike about it the most is that the mystery boxes can feel a bit unfair. Like, particularly with the flipping tiles, it's kind of confusing. But I still like the mystery boxes overall. The thing I like the most about Matrix is that, I'd say the gold theme. I really do like the gold theme. It looks really pretty. The thing I dislike the most about it is that it's just really boring. Like, I really think Matrix is just a boring level. Yeah, also it's a copycat, but I think the thing I dislike the most is that it's really boring. The thing I like the most about Poker is the soundtrack. Hands down the soundtrack. I love Poker's soundtrack. Even though it's repetitive, it still sounds so good. I love the soundtrack. The thing I dislike the most about Poker, though, is that the third crown is way too challenging. Like, I really do not like the third crown. It's like, I know they're trying to make hard crowns out, and this is definitely one of the areas where Cheetah Mobile was really trying to make really hard crowns, but I think they just went too far with this one. The thing I like the most about Joker is the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is really good. The thing I dislike the most is the stupid theme changes. Yes, the theme changes are awful. They change themes at really, really random times, and it just doesn't make sense at all. Like, it doesn't sync with the music at all, and this level is just brought down a lot by that. Like, also, I have other things I don't like about this level. I actually have a lot to say about this level. Like, a lot of negative things to say about this level. I don't like this level. And the theme change reason is a big reason why. The thing I like the most about reggae is how it incorporates reggae into its theme. Like, I do really think it does well with it. Like, with the palm trees, with the drummers, with the radios, with the rollers with the sunglasses, both the small radios and the big radios, and the cones. I think, and the fidget spinners. Although the fidget spinners, there's another level that I think the fidget spinners are used much better in. But this level does really incorporate reggae well. Also with the music. The music does really fit the reggae theme. Now, the thing I dislike about this level, it has some rounding flaws, but I'm particularly gonna say that one gym at 27%, where it uses the speed pads and has 3 jump pads and 1 diagonal one around it. I hate that gym with all of my heart. It's one of the worst gyms in the game, if I'm being completely honest. I really hate that gym, and that gym is part of the reason this level is in B tier and not A tier. The thing I like the most about Mental Wave is the soundtrack. I actually do think this level has a really underrated soundtrack, and I feel like people don't give this level's soundtrack enough credit. I do really, I know I might be in the minority here by saying this level has a great soundtrack, but I don't really care. But I am not in the minority with my dislike about this level, and that is that this level is so boring. I don't have much to say about this level. This level is really boring. It doesn't really do much new. This level just really isn't that good. The thing I like the most about Relics, the soundtrack. Hands down, the soundtrack. It is such a banger. I love this level's soundtrack. I feel like it's slept on, but this level, can we not appreciate just how good the soundtrack is? It is, listen to this. It is such a banger. This is one of my favorite Cheetah Mobile level soundtracks, and back then it probably would have been a top 15 soundtrack on, Fireworks, which shouldn't have been in Casual Gaming's top 15 favorite soundtracks. But yeah, I love the soundtrack so much. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is that the theme changes feel random at times. Sometimes they're off sync, and that is probably one of the only reasons I'm debating putting this in high A tier. It's either high A tier or low S tier. The thing I like the most about Fairy Tail is the soundtrack. I think, just like Relics, this level has one of the best Cheetah mobile soundtracks. And the soundtrack is by far the best thing about this level. It's not even close. I think the soundtrack fits very well with the theme. I disagree with casual gaming on that statement. The soundtrack, these soundtracks, I can easily distinguish them. I think they're both amazing, and they sound so great. The soundtrack, oh my god. It's so beautiful. And fits with the fairy tale theme so well. They couldn't have picked a better soundtrack for this. I'm not joking when I say that. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's just really easy, and boring. And that definitely keeps this level out of S tier. Because this level is just a very boring level. However, Street Basketball is not a boring level. And the thing I like the most about Street Basketball is how it really incorporates emotion into the soundtrack and the gameplay. This part, you turn into blue theme, and then it gets really emotional with the soundtrack and, that piano. And it's like you're playing basketball alone, or somehow you end up alone. But then as the music lines up, it's like your team is brought back together, and then y'all play basketball, and y'all play it till you win. And I just think that is a really good storytelling element of this level. The thing I dislike the most about this level, and one of the most god-awful levels in Rolling Sky, that basketball, which we need a weekly match to destroy it! Devil emoji, devil emoji, devil emoji, devil emoji. The thing I like the most about Midnight Carnival is how, a classic musical, the Hall of the Mountain King is turned into something scary, and it's creepy, and Halloweenish. I really like that. I think the soundtrack is amazing, and I really, it's just hilarious how something classical could be turned into something scary. The thing I dislike the most about this level is how glitchy it is. This level has a bunch of glitches, and the glitches are a reason this level isn't A tier. This level could have been A tier if it wasn't for the glitches. The thing I like the most about Halloween Escape is that it still has decent objects. I do like the objects in this level. I think they're good. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is why it is so boring. Why? Why is this level? Why do I have to talk about it? I literally do not want to do a review for this level because I have nothing to say about this level. Literally nothing. Well, not literally nothing, but I don't know how I'm gonna talk about this level for 3 minutes. And I have to make a 3-minute video in order for it to not be a short. And I am incredibly frustrated with that. I hate having to talk about this level. Let's move on. The thing I like the most about Ignite is that, Ignite V1. We're talking about Ignite V1. Is how it just connects to you emotionally so well. It's like a story about sadness or a story about death or grief. With how sad the music sounds and the themes, it just is like you're in a dark void. And I do think this level encapsulates that perfectly. And it's one of the most emotional levels in the game for that reason. The thing I dislike most about this level, the route can feel kind of boring at times. But still, I still think it's good routing for the most part. I cannot say the same about Hoop Dream. But the thing I like the most about Hoop Dream is that it shares the same concept as Street Basketball. I do really like that. I like the Street Basketball's concept. I love basketball. Well, I don't play basketball very often. I think if I had to choose what my favorite sport was, it'd be basketball. I do, and I think they really incorporate basketball well. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's so boring. If this level didn't have the concept, it would be D or F tier. I'm telling y'all. This level is just so boring. Like most 1-stars. The thing I like the most about Very Christmas. I have a lot of things I like about this level. I love this level so much. This is such a good level. But the thing I like the most about this level is how festive it feels. This level, I feel does the Christmas vibe perfectly. By giving you a literal present in this level. It gives you a shield as a present. And not only it gives you a shield, it gives it to you in a very fancy way. By being a snowman on a skateboard. And that is just such a Christmassy thing to do. And I love that. And it also feels like it's like trying to recap everything that's like a lot of the mechanics from this year. Like it has, like I'll talk about that more in like this level's review, but I just really love this level, and there is so much I love about this level. It is one of the best Christmas levels. Okay, the thing I like the most about the winter is the soundtrack. It's an amazing Ode to Joy remix, and I am actually really glad they did this year instead of a stupid generic Jingle Bells remix. Like once again, I haven't said this yet. I gave Christmas a pass for having a Jingle Bells remix, and there's one other level I give a pass for it. I'll talk about that level later in this video. It's not Golden Christmas. I have a lot to say about Golden Christmas. But this level, it has a beautiful Ode to Joy remix. I love it so much. It's honestly one of my favorite soundtracks, and this level would easily be a tier higher if it was a 3 or 4 star. Like, easily. Because I love this soundtrack so much. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that this level is is pretty easy and boring. Like I do wish it still had those mystery boxes. I actually do think this level could have been A tier if it still had those, like, snowflakey mystery boxes. The thing I like the most about Cloud is I do think it's, even though I don't like that it's a tutorial, I think it's a good tutorial for what it's trying to do. And it does, to some decent extent, teach you how to play the game. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's incredibly boring. It's the easiest level in the game, and that makes this level so boring, and I never like coming back to it. It's so unenjoyable to play. The thing I like the most about Neon... Oh, there's a lot of things I love about Neon. Neon is a peak level. But the thing I like the most about Neon is the theme change spam. Oh my god, the theme change spam is so good. Like, a lot of levels it's useless, but this level, it just works. Like, I love the theme change spam so much in this level. It's like you're at a party. That's what this level's concept is going for. That you're in, like, a nightclub or a party. And I think the theme change spam, from changing from one theme to another, just works. Just absolutely perfectly. And I love that. And the themes themselves just look so beautiful, too. I love it. The thing I dislike the most about this level, the third crown can feel a little bit too challenging, and it can be a little bit confusing, but I still overall like it. The thing I like the most about Laser is the soundtrack. For sure, the soundtrack. I do think the soundtrack is really good at this level. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's really boring for an Alan Walker level. It does nothing new, it does nothing interesting, and it should have just remixed something Alan Walker related. The thing I like the most about Dazzle is the soundtrack. It is an underrated soundtrack. I love this level's soundtrack so much. It is such a dang great soundtrack. I really do love this level's soundtrack. It's so jazzy. It sounds so good. I love it. The thing I dislike the most is that it stays in the neon theme after 50% for the rest of the level. And I do really dislike that about this level. And that keeps it in B tier, not A tier. Like, why, like, especially since Neon ended on the green theme, why did this level have to too? I wish this level could have ended on the purple theme. Like, all 3 of the levels in this set are in, like, the green theme. Well, they ended a green theme, and I just wish one of them ended in a red or purple theme. Like this one, particularly. Faster, I don't care. That level sucks anyways. The thing I like the most about Egypt is that, let me think. I think they really did the concept well. Like, I do really like this theme right here. I really like the objects, like this, like, gateway with the woman face, like the ancient, like, I hope that doesn't sound, like, offensive, but, like, it just, like, that looks so good. Like, all, like, the pyramids in this level, all of it just looks so good. The thing I dislike the most about this level, while the mechanic it introduced is really cool, and I think it has a lot of potential, this level just didn't use it well. Like, it only used it on the left. Never in the middle, never on the right. Like, why did I have to always use it on the left? Like, I don't know why they always did that with this level. It was neat to see some levels in the future use it on the right, but this level, unfortunately, just always uses it on the left. Never on the middle or right. Also, it's also just not that good even when it is used. It's just left, right, left, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. The thing I like the most about the Eye of Horus is the soundtrack for sure. I think it's actually a slept-on soundtrack, and I do really like this level's soundtrack. It's really good. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is that it's still really boring like a lot of other 1-stars. Although it does have a little bit more interesting routes than other 1-stars, but this level is still pretty boring. The thing I like the most about Circus is the soundtrack and how it fits with the theme so well. Like, the soundtrack legitimately sounds scary, and just the intimidation it gives off, I do really like that. Like, this part right here also is just a really intimidating sound part, and it just sounds, it fits so well with the Circus vibe. Like, it just, like, the build-up feels so well, and then I also think it just incorporates with the level very well, and this, like, part right here also just fits with the Circus theme where I actually do not think there's a better soundtrack they could have picked than this. Like, it's not like one of my favorite soundtracks in the game. Like, it's way better than Fireworks, obviously, which shouldn't have been in the casual gaming's top 15 favorite soundtracks. But, it's still, like, I don't think there's a soundtrack that will have fit this level better than this. And this part also, I feel like, sounds very much like a circus. Like, I disagree with a lot of things casual gaming says about this level. I actually like this level. Like, I like this. I'm not gonna say I like it a lot, but I like this level. The thing I dislike the most about this level, I think the first round is way too easy. Like, why? Like, I don't know why it's that easy. Like, it's just like you just do speed pass, a bunch of left and right. Actually, you just go between a bunch of lasers, and it's really easy. And then you just get the crown. Oh boy, Clown Park. Oh. Thing I like most about this level. That's really short, and that gives it very little time to be bad. Like, because this level is so short, it doesn't have enough time to be bad. Well, it does, but I'm very glad this level is short, because this level is awful. The thing I hate the most about this level, we all know what I hate most about this level. It's the ninth gym, I believe. Y'all all know what gym I'm talking about. I hate that gym with all my heart. I'm gonna go as far as saying that it's the worst gym in the whole game. It's, like, awful. The hitbox is awful. Like, why did they design it that way? Like, I always lose my shield for that gym. Or almost always. Like, I really just hate that gym, and I never want to go for it. Because it's just that awful. The thing I like the most about World Cup is how it actually did the concept so well. Like, this level picked the perfect time to do the concept in 2018, when the World Cup was going on. This year the World Cup is also going on. I wish they did a World Cup concept this year. Like, they should have just done a World Cup concept this year in, like, this month. But instead they chose Future Stronghold. Why couldn't we get the World Cup concept instead of Future Stronghold? Like, not this exact concept, but they could have gone for another World Cup concept instead of that stupid, generic space level. Like, I don't think all space levels are generic. I just think Future Stronghold is really generic. But that level was for another time. But this level, I think, just does the concept really well. And this level being hard, also, I feel like just makes it feel like a World Cup. A World Cup is meant to be hard, and this level is actually really hard. Like, the soccer goal, it just fits so well with the theme. Like, the flags, all the objects fit so well with the World Cup theme. And the background, too, with the people and the hands holding up the glove. I love it so much. This level is just so good. I love this level. The thing I dislike the most about this level, the first crown. I hate the first crown. And that first crown keeps it out of S tier. Like, why did that first crown have to be the way it is? Like, it has moving diagonals, and I hate certain types of moving diagonals. Some are fine, but this level just isn't. It's really confusing on which way to go. I usually die there when trying to get it. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten it without a floating power-up. The thing I like the most about Football Field is that it still shares the same great concept as World Cup, but it doesn't execute it as well. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's too short to get anything significant done. Like, this level is like a minute long, and therefore it cannot do nearly as much as World Cup did. And I do not like that. Like, it is, like, this level could have had a lot of potential, but it really wasted it. Okay, now to Alan Walker levels. We'll start with Alone. The thing I like the most about Alone is that, the dual portals, how it says, I know I'm not alone, and then, like, it literally proves that by having one on the other side, and I think it really does that well. The thing I dislike the most is the stupid ending. The ending is so stupid. I hate the ending. it has 5 horrible gyms. Why did they cram 5 gyms into the ending? Like, why? They crammed 2 crowns into the ending, too. Like, the ending is so crammed, and the crowns themselves are just god-awful. I hate the crowns in the ending. They are some of the worst, I'm not gonna say some of the worst parts of the game, but they're awful. The thing I like the most about Alone Remix is that how it also uses the dual portals really well. Like, I really think both these levels are very fitting to have dual portals. The thing I dislike the most about Alone Remix is that this level is pretty boring, and that definitely prevents it from being a lot higher in my rankings. The thing I like the most about Faded is the concept. Hands down the concept. Like, I love all the clocks in the level, like, how it's about time. The themes just look, oh my god, I love the themes so dang much. Like, the themes are so good. Like, if only, like, speaking of the thing I dislike, most of that, the route can be kind of boring and mediocre, and that keeps this level out of S tier. But man, this level could have been S tier, maybe even P tier, if it had good routes. Faded Remix. The thing I like the most about Faded Remix is, the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is better than Faded soundtrack itself. Yes, you heard that right. I like Faded Remix's soundtrack better than Faded's soundtrack. That is a crazy thing to say, but that's honestly how I felt and how I've always felt. I've always liked Faded Remix's soundtrack more. The thing I like the most about Happy Birthday is how the theme is like, happy birthday to you, and that really is fitting for an anniversary level. I do really like that, but the thing I dislike the most about this level, the mystery boxes. Which one in particular? The knife one. I hate that mystery box so much. It is a horrible mystery box, and it just, like, it reminds me of the basketball's third crown, and we all know that we need a weekly match to destroy that level. Devil emoji, devil emoji, devil emoji, devil emoji. The thing I like the most about Anniversary is the soundtrack. I do really like the soundtrack. I don't really like it, but I like the soundtrack alright. And I think the soundtrack saves it from being, like, lower. But it's already really dang low, because I have a lot of things I dislike about this level. But the thing I dislike the most is that this level, the routes, particularly the ending, I hate the ending so much. The ending is atrocious. Like, why is the ending like that? Like I can't even tell which way's the easy way and which way's the hard way. And the last few mystery boxes are just genuinely just god-awful. Some of the worst in the game. The way the second floor is used, it's horrible. I hate it. The thing I like the most about Halloween Night is the soundtrack. I actually do like the soundtrack, and the soundtrack saves it from being even lower than what it already is. Because this level is already in a really low position. Because guess what? The thing I dislike the most about this level is those stupid portals! Yes! I hate the portals! They are some of the most obnoxious things in the whole game! I hate the portals so much! Like, they fling you in random directions with literally no control. And what's worse, they're used for mystery boxes. They're used for mystery boxes. And I hate that so much. There's some of the worst mystery boxes in the game for that. The way the portals are used for the second floor are just god-awful. I hate the portals in this level so much, and they're a horrible introduction. And they are not a glitch. They are intentional. I know a lot of people are being like, oh, well, it's a glitch. No, it is not a glitch. They were used intentionally, and this was on purpose. The thing I like the most about Skeleton Party is that I think Skeleton Party, like, the soundtrack. I like the soundtrack. Like, it's not great, but it's good. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that the route is just so repetitive. It's a bunch of repetitive jump paths. It's like, jump, 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 jump. Go in the portal, jump, 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 jump. And left, right, left, right, left, right. I really do not like the routes of this level. This level has really awful routes. The soundtrack is definitely what saves this level from being, like, F tier. Because the routes are just awful. They're disgusting. The thing I like the most about Faster, there's not much I like about this level. Like I said earlier, this level sucks. But I'm gonna say the soundtrack. It's not great, but it's okay. Like, the soundtrack's just okay. Like, but the thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's so boring, bland, lifeless, unoriginal, and useless. I hate this level for that. Like, this level feels like it's lifeless. It feels like it literally has nothing from Neon or Dazzle. It doesn't even use the purple theme. And the soundtrack makes it feel more lifeless. I know I said I like it, but I still think the soundtrack contributes to it being more lifeless. Like, this level is just, why, at this point, why was it even added to the game if this level was just gonna butcher Neon and Dazzle's level set? It ruined the level set. Like, it could have been a great level set if it wasn't for this stupid, dumb level. The thing I like the most about Golden Christmas, oh boy, I don't know. This level is awful. I hate this level so much. But the thing I like the most, I'm gonna have to say, is the ending. I actually feel like the ending's gameplay is better than most of the gameplay. Like, I didn't think the way the objects just move up and how it almost feels like you're going in, like, a straight way. Like, I think that's actually ever so slightly cool. And if that was what the whole level was, I think this level spot in F tier would be improved. I don't think it'd leave F tier, because there is so much I hate about this level. But the thing I hate the most about this level is the soundtrack. It is a horrible soundtrack. This is the level I was referring to when I said at Christmas that it led to one of the worst soundtracks in the whole game, a horrible 2018 Jingle Bells remix. This level was the one. I hate the soundtrack so much. It is so generic. Like, it is a bland copy of Jingle Bells. It has no alternating melodies. It just uses the same instruments for the whole song. Like, it's like, oh, let's use the maracas, let's use the, drums, or let's use the, whatever this instrument is, and blah, 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 blah. I think the soundtrack is trash. It's not jolly. Christmas is supposed to be a happy, jolly holiday. And this level has nothing to do with that. Like, this level's soundtrack makes me feel depressed. And I just don't like the soundtrack at all. Like, it is not fitting for a Christmas level whatsoever. Like, and I don't even know why they picked the soundtrack. Like, they shouldn't have even used the Jingle Bell soundtrack. And this is just one of the worst soundtracks in the whole game. Bottom 5 for sure. Absolutely. However, Christmas Gospel. I don't think the same about Christmas Gospel. Well, I kind of do, but I think Christmas Gospel is an improvement. The thing I like the most about Christmas Gospel is that it actually tries to be distant from Golden Christmas. Like, it's not a good level by any means, but this level still, like, it still feels like it's like, hey, despite all these atrocities of Golden Christmas, we can still try to celebrate Christmas. And this level feels like it tries to do that. Like, the soundtrack is actually much better. Like, it's not just it sounds more cheery and joyful. And it's not just the same instruments for the whole time, or the same melodies. It has alternating melodies. It evolves into something more after the initial Jingle Bells part. And then it has that part at the end where it actually has a completely different melody. It has complete different melodies of Jingle Bells. And I don't really like that, but I like that. And this level gave me a little bit of hope that the future of Rolling Sky could be better. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is that it shares the same god-awful textures as Golden Christmas. Like, I hate these themes. They're the worst themes in the game. I hate the deco. The deco is some of the worst in the game. This level still unfortunately shares that. I think it feels less problematic in this level, but I still have a problem with it. Like, and that drags this level down really hard. Not saying this level would be a great level if it didn't, but this level, this level feels like it can never be, like, great because of the horrible decoration and themes. Alright, Alone 2. Casual gaming, you're gonna love this segment. The thing I like most about Alone 2, I'm gonna say the objects. Particularly the piano object and the marshmallow one with the head on it. Like, all the other objects suck. But those two objects I am willing to say that they're decent. Like, however, the thing I dislike the most about Alone 2. Oh boy, there is so much I actually hate about Alone 2. I'm gonna say the routes, specifically how repetitive they are. This is the most repetitive level in the game, and I hate it for that. Like, It is so repetitive. It's giant, empty diagonal voice. It's laser spamming. It's RNG heavy. It's so repetitive. It's a bunch of spamming jump pads. And I hate this level for that. The thing I like the most about Spring Festival is the decoration. I really like the themes, and I like the decoration, like with the piggies, and then like the money that comes out of the piggies. I really like that. The thing I dislike most about this level, though, is the stupid RNG spam that this level has. Like, I really hate, like, it's really obnoxious, and like the hitboxes with the objects while the RNG spam is being used are just god-awful. The thing I like the most about Lost City is that, the pink theme. This level introduces the pink theme, and that improves this level a little bit. I do like the pink theme, by far, much more than other two themes. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is that stupid RNG spam. This level is way too reliant on RNG. It's so random, it has no pattern, it's spammy. I hate this level for that. I hate a lot about this level, but that's the one thing I hate about this level. Alright, the Spectre. The thing I like the most about the Spectre is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just so beautiful. I love the man's voice. And that one instrumental part is just so iconic. The thing I dislike the most about the Spectre, though, is that the routes are really repetitive. And there are a lot of repetitive left and right motions, or jump pads. And that really just drags this level down. I haven't actually played it, but it definitely drags this level down. Based on watching a video, just like with the beta versions of co-creation levels. The thing I like the most about Tropical Tides A is the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. It is so good. Like, the soundtrack saves it from being much lower. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is that it's so boring. Like, this level is just incredibly boring. The thing I like the most about Gemini is the Alan Walker themes. Like, this level feels like the Alan Walker themes still are alive, because it's like if you want to see the Alan Walker themes, you can play this level. I do really like that. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it has major routing flaws. Like, this level, it has a bunch of diagonal, and it's like, that's like 4 or 5 star material, like, essentially. Like, this is, like, I am very glad this moved up to a 3 star, because this level did not fit a 2 star, because some things about this level were almost like 4 or 5 star qualities. The thing I like the most about Spectre Remix is that, the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack. I think it's an amazing remix. I really love the soundtrack. The thing I dislike the most, though, I guess the route can be a tad repetitive, but it's far less problematic than the Spectre. The thing I like the most about American football is, the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. I think it's amazing, it's slept on, and I love the soundtrack a lot. The thing I dislike the most about this level, I hate the routes. What specifically about the routes? The RNG football players. I hate the RNG football players. This level is really RNG reliant, and it's RNG reliant with the movers too. I hate this level's routes a lot, and I'm going to talk about that a lot more in this level's review. The thing I like the most about Championship is the soundtrack. I think it's a nice soundtrack. It's intimidating. I do really like it. I mean, I don't really like it, but I like the soundtrack. The thing I dislike the most about this level is the routes. The routes are like F-tier material. This level would be F-tier if it wasn't for the soundtrack. They are so god-awful. The gyms are literally placed between the popcorn. And I hate that when gyms do that. It's so, A, it's so lazy, and B, it's obnoxious because you can easily use your shield. It's so poorly designed. And there's a bunch of things about the routes of this level that I hate, but that's probably the part of the routes I hate the most. The thing I like the most about Forest A, is that it still shares the same good soundtrack as Forest. The thing I dislike the most, I am very passionate about this, it ruined Forest! Yes! Like, they deleted the Forest theme at 60-70%. And I hate that. That ruined this level entirely, because the whole point of this level was supposed to be about a forest, and that ruined the level, and it ruined how the volcano theme made sense. Like, the volcano theme didn't make sense because they deleted that forest theme. And they also did other stuff by deleting the forest theme, by deforesting the first part. This forest, more like deforestation. The thing I like the most about Pirate Ship is definitely the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. I think it's underrated, it's slept on, it fits very well with the theme, and it's like you're at conflict. The thing I dislike the most about this level It has some very significant red flags. I'm gonna say the first crown particularly. I hate that crown of Fall My Heart. Like, it just rolls at you, and you have to swipe very fastly, and I really do hate that. Like, it is just god awful. That crown is also one of the worst crowns in the game. The thing I like the most about Naval Battle is that the objects. I mean, they're not great, but they're like they do fit with the concept well. To be honest, the thing I dislike the most about Naval Battle is the awful crowns. They're some of the worst crowns in the game. It's like they were routed by a toddler. This level in general feels like it was routed by a toddler. They are some of the absolute worst crowns in the whole game. I hate them so much. The first crown is just god awful. Like, it's placed directly next to a few gold coins. What, TSR, what were you thinking when you made this crown? No offense to you, but I don't know what you were thinking when you made this crown. I mean, and Cheetah Mobile, why did you approve of that crown? The second and third crowns are genuinely just god awful too. Like, the hitboxes are awful. The way you have to swipe abruptly are awful. It's toddler routing. I hate it. The thing I like the most about Microchip is definitely the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. I think it's very good. The soundtrack is so emotional. And this level was the turning point of 2019, where the levels actually did start to get good. Like, and I do really like that. Like, the soundtrack in this level is just amazing. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that, the rats do feel kind of empty, and that keeps us out of S tier. But I still think the rats are great because they, like, resemble that you're in a phone or a computer. I cannot say the same about Digital Matrix. This level does not have a great soundtrack. The thing I like the most about Digital Matrix is that it still gives the aspect that you're in a phone or a computer. But the thing I dislike the most is the third crown. The third crown is just so stupid. Like, this level of Jill just has some pretty awful routes, and the third crown is the worst route in this game. And it's not in this game, in this level. The thing I like the most about Dynamic Cube is that the mechanic it introduced is really cool. Like, I like that mechanic where you press an arrow, and then it formates a few cubes, and you jump on them, and then you jump down. I really like that mechanic. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is that the mechanic just isn't used that well. It's barely even used at all. Like, I wish this level used the mechanic more, and I wish it used it in more interesting ways. Like most levels that use this mechanic use it better than this level, and that is an embarrassment to this level. The thing I like the most about Sunny A is hands down the soundtrack. It's not, like, amazing, but it's actually a pretty good soundtrack, and I think the soundtrack saves it from either very low D tier or F tier, but this level is D tier anyways. But the soundtrack is actually kind of beautiful, and it fits with the theme well. Like, I like this soundtrack quite a bit. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's so dang boring. Like, why is this level so boring? Well, it's because it's a 1-star, but still. The thing I like the most about VR Fairyland is the soundtrack. It is such a banger soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. It's so good. Like, it's intimidating, it's energetic, it fits well with the theme. I love the soundtrack. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is the tilting mechanic is used in really obnoxious ways of the time. I'm particularly going to say that one gem at the beginning. Like, it doesn't introduce it well. Like, it just immediately is really hard, and I do not like that about this level. The thing I like the most about Unlock the Future is, the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack. I think it's an amazing soundtrack. Both this level and VR Fairyland have great soundtracks. VR Fairyland's soundtrack is better, but I do still really like this level's soundtrack. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that the tuning mechanic is still used obnoxiously. Not as obnoxiously as VR Fairyland, but it's still used obnoxiously. The thing I like the most about psychedelic music is the soundtrack. It is a big... Whoops, I flubbed my headphones off. This soundtrack is a banger. I love the soundtrack. It is so good. Like, it's so energetic. It's so intimidating. It's so intense. I love it. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that the routes can be flawed at times. Like, that particular part with the guitar where it's just like, it's kind of like you just go on a jump pad. It's kind of just like, it's kind of mid-routing. The thing I like the most about Beat Party, not calling it Rhythm Party, because Rhythm Party is a stupid name. But Beat Party, the thing I like the most about it is how the soundtrack, like, like fits emotionally with this level. Like the soundtrack, like I feel like the soundtrack incorporates with the gameplay very well. How like during the calm section, the gameplay feels like it gets calmer. But then during this part, when it like ramps up, you see a lot of guitars swinging, and like the route feels like it gets more tense as you keep using that mechanic. And I do really love that. The thing I like the most about 4th Anniversary is that the 4th Anniversary the theme cameos. I think the theme cameos are really good. They focus more on the basic aspects of the game, and they make more sense than they do in Happy Birthday. Well, Happy Birthdays aren't just awful, but they make more sense in this level. This level feels like they're more organized, and that makes sense. It's also really cool to just see levels like Desert and Tetris and stuff like that used in 6-star ways. Like, I do really think that's cool to see themes of easy levels used in 6-star ways. Like, that is just so cool. The thing I dislike the most about this level is the reverse section at the end. I hate that part. It's used for, it's actually used a mystery box in it, and that just makes that part awful, and it keeps this level out of S tier. The thing I like the most about Birthday Party is the theme cameos. I really like the theme cameos, especially that, like, this level also really tries to bring back the Alan Walker theme cameos with the Faded and Ignite cameo, and this level also makes it feel like you could still see them in the game, but because of, like, this level, you can still see a Faded cameo in this game if you play this level, and that adds to the value of playing this level a lot. And then the World Cup cameo makes a lot of sense, too, because of was football field cameo. Like, it makes a lot of sense. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is that this level has some running fast, like, particularly with the tilting mechanic. I think the tilting mechanic is used very obnoxiously in this level, and that keeps us out of A tier. The thing I like the most about Monster Chorus is that the themes. I love the themes. The forests, the pumpkin. Like, it's like you're in a dark forest, and that is very fitting for a Halloween level. I mean, these are the best Halloween themes, hands down. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that the first crown is basically free. Like, I don't really... Oh, actually, no. I shouldn't mind. The bat hitbox. I hate the bat hitbox. That is an awful hitbox. The thing I like the most about Trick or Treat is the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is really good. The thing I dislike the most about Trick or Treat is that the collectibles are weird. I'm particularly talking about the Sand Crown, where it has these weird moving tiles, and I don't really like that. I don't especially like that. The thing I like the most about Sunset of the Glow is hands down the soundtrack. It's a banger. I love this level soundtrack. It's so beautiful. It fits well with the theme. It might be the best soundtrack of 2019, not gonna lie. If I'm being completely honest. I love this level soundtrack so much. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that the objects are kind of nonsensical. Like, they don't really mean anything, but they are cool in the way they move. The thing I like the most about Morning Dawn is the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is actually pretty good. Actually, no, the themes. The themes are really good. I love the blue theme. It's so beautiful, and I love the orange pew. But the thing I dislike the most about this level, the thing I dislike the most about this level is that it just doesn't go off the vibe that, Sunset Glow gives off. Like, this level doesn't feel like that atmospheric level that Sunset Glow does. The thing I like the most about Reindeer's Gift is how it recalls the Christmas levels. Like, particularly with the Christmas cameos. Like, I love that so much. It is just perfect. Like, the Christmas cameos are like... It's like this level... For this level being the last Christmas level, I think that was a very fitting into the Christmas levels. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is the fur crown can be a bit confusing, but that's not a big deal. I love a lot about this level. I'm going to talk about more about that in its review. The thing I like the most about Aurora Tour is that it still shares the same great themes and objects as Reindeer's Gift. I love Reindeer's Gift's themes and objects, and this level has the same great ones. The thing I dislike the most is that this level just doesn't do as much as Reindeer's Gift. Like, this level feels boring, and doesn't feel like it can really do anything that Reindeer's Gift does. So yeah. The thing I like the most about Kepler's Dream is the soundtrack. Hands down, I love this level soundtrack. It is so good. It's an amazing soundtrack. It fits very well with the space vibe. I've always loved the soundtrack. It's underrated. Like, why doesn't the soundtrack get enough love? The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is that it can be a little bit boring, but that's not a big issue. I do disagree with Casual Gaming's opinion on this level. Like, not as much as I disagree with his opinion on Fireworks, which shouldn't have been in his top 15 favorite soundtracks. But I still disagree with his opinion on this level. The thing I like the most about Stars A is that Stars A, the soundtrack. I actually do like the soundtrack quite a bit. The thing I dislike the most about Stars A is that it's so boring and bland. Like, it's the most mediocre 2020 level. The thing I like the most about Delicacy KK Temptation is the concept. Why haven't we thought of a food concept before this? Like, a food concept is one of the most creative, most interesting, and the best concepts, one of the best concepts in the whole game. I cannot believe we didn't think about this. And the two themes aren't actually the same. One's like an actual food theme, and one's a dessert theme. Like, they did this concept impeccably well. I love it. Like, this level has one of the best concepts in the whole game. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that the first half can feel kind of boring, like, but the second half thankfully picks up. So yeah, the thing I like the most about Fantastic Sweet House is the dessert theme. I love the dessert theme so much. Both themes are fire, but the dessert theme is better. Wait, actually, I don't know. But I love both themes either way. Like, the thing I dislike the most about this level, though, it's kind of forgettable. Like, actually, no, I take that back. The ending, I feel like the ending dies down, both in terms of this, mainly in terms of the soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack, I feel like, dies down at the end. It's really good like, the first half of the soundtrack is unbelievably good, but the second half, like, soundtrack, like, feels like it just dies down and isn't as good. Like, this part right here. This part is nowhere near as good as the first half. Like, I think from, like, after 50% of the soundtrack comes a lot, like, the soundtrack is nowhere near as good. The routing is, though. The thing I like the most about the sea is the concept. Why haven't we thought of a sea concept before? This level has one of the best concepts in the whole game, and this concept should have been added to the game so much earlier. And why I'm kind of glad they waited till later, because that means this level's concept was peak. 2020 was, like, the year of peak concepts for Cheetah Mobile. Like, all the concepts were so unique, so clever. I love this level's concept. Like, and, like, the sea, like, we have the space levels, but why haven't we found the sea levels? But this level does. And there is a lot of other sea levels, but this level by far does it the best. The thing I dislike the most about this level, oh boy, that's a hard one. Oh boy. I guess that you could cheat the slow pad. Like, I wish that they could fix that, but it's, in a way, it is kind of a funny glitch. The thing I like the most about SeaWorld is that it shares the same great objects as the sea. The thing I dislike the most about SeaWorld is that this level can feel kind of boring in comparison to the sea. The thing I like the most about Steam Era, for the third time in a row, is the concept. Why haven't we found a steampunk theme tone now? And this level, this concept is just so good! I love it! Like, and, like, the background just looks so cool. A gray theme actually works for this level. The objects in it are so good. I love this level's concept so much. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that one gem at 70% or whatever it is. I don't like that gem, and that prevents it from being even higher. The thing I like the most about mechanical power is the routes. Like, the routes in this level are actually really good, and I think the routes are slept on. But, however, the routes are kind of, I'm going to talk about this in another video. I'm not going to talk about this in this video. But the thing I dislike the most about this level is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is not good. I don't think it's meh. I actually dislike the soundtrack. Like, it's such a boring soundtrack. It feels emotionless. It feels kind of lifeless in a way. I do not like this level's soundtrack. I'm not going to say it's bottom 10. Like, but it's not a good soundtrack. I think even Fireworks has a better soundtrack than this, which shouldn't have been in Casual Gaming's top 15 soundtracks. But yeah. The soundtrack really does pull this level down, and it makes this level feel a lot more dead. The thing I like the most about Ghost Warrior, not calling it Ghost Samurai, I'm calling it Ghost Warrior anytime I refer to this, is the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is actually really good and really fitting for this level. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that because of the very slow ball speed, this level is really boring. Like, if they increase the ball speed a lot, I would probably push this level to A tier. But this level is really boring because of the slow ball speed. The thing I like the most about the Shadow Warrior is the soundtrack. I love this level's soundtrack. I think it's actually really good. I mean, this part is kind of mid, but it's still, I feel like, serves this purpose. The thing I dislike the most about this level is that it's very boring and slow, but since this level is more like freestyle material, that affects this level even more than it affects Ghost Warrior. The thing I like most about this level is the objects. I think the objects are really goofy, and I think this concept, I'm really glad it was brought into the game, because this level is about goofy monsters, and I do really like that. The thing I dislike the most about this level, though, is the annoying soundtrack. It's annoying because it was on the title screen for 2 years. To be fair, I do think I had this level too low. I've had this level too low in my rankings before because of the soundtrack being on the title screen for 2 years. I do think this level needs to be a B tier, but still, this level, I do not like this level soundtrack because it was on the title screen for 2 years, and I really got tired of this soundtrack because of that. The thing I like the most about Goblin Town B, is that, the goofiness of this level. Like, I feel like soundtrack fits the goofiness of this level even better than it does in Monster City. The thing I dislike the most about this level, it can feel kind of boring, but I still like this level. Alright, and that's gonna do it for my one thing I like and dislike about every Cheetah Mobile level. Stay tuned for my Minimax one that'll come out very soon, either next week or the week after. I'm still deciding whether to do that or a Q&A video next week, but I'm gonna do one of those next week. Okay? See y'all in the next video. Bye.